I've had the iPhone 15 Pro Max for nearly 2 months now, and I want to give my perspective on the device after having it for a bit more time. Hey everyone, it's Andrew and welcome back to the channel. I'll share my honest thoughts and opinions on the device, what I like, what I don't like, and my overall experience so far. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you never miss a video, and let's begin. There were 3 major and 1 minor change to the iPhone's design this year: the bezels, the port, the buttons, and the frame. The minor being the bezels. The thinner bezels are a small change compared to the 14 Pro and Pro Max, but they're so nice. The 6.7-inch display is massive, and those thinner bezels take every bit of advantage of that screen real estate. Now onto the frame. The titanium feeling in hand with the contour edges feels incredible. It feels so much softer to hold than the 14 Pro, and it's almost the same weight, so it doesn't feel like a huge difference for me, even though the phone is a lot bigger. And the natural titanium color that I have has quickly become my favorite iPhone color ever. I've seen the other colors in person as well. Honestly, I think this is the best colorway options that the Pro series has ever had. Black and blue titanium look great, and I got to see those at the Apple Store. My mom has it in white titanium, and that's just a super classy looking device, and I just think they all look really beautiful, and you can't go wrong this year. But for me, natural titanium is where it's at. The quality and build just feels so premium, and it's in a class of its own. The look, the aesthetics, and feel could not have impressed me more. The titanium is very soft to the touch, and I didn't experience any overheating, but it is good to know that it's not due to the titanium. It was all down to iOS issues. Next up, the design change was USB-C, and honestly, it's just a port. I know you can do some really cool things with it, but I really haven't delved into it much. I kind of go back and forth between USB-C and MagSafe for charging. I do like to see my phone in standby mode, so MagSafe is what I prefer. 2 months later, USB-C is just a port to me. And whether it's Lightning or USB-C, doesn't matter. Faster charging, I guess, is cool, but it doesn't matter for me because I can just charge my phone overnight, and that's it. Last but not least is the new action button, and I gotta be honest, the first week it was cool. A lot of people put videos out, very cool shortcuts, and for me, hype died down very quickly. Whether it's the mute switch or the action button, I could care less. I barely use this, just like I barely use the mute switch. Now, let's talk about battery life and performance. Battery life has been a huge improvement for me. It's lasting me throughout the whole day, and I would call myself a very heavy user. I use maps for my commute to work. I listen to music and have YouTube up quite a bit throughout the day. I post a lot of content on several social media apps, and I'm constantly checking what's going on with Apple to stay up to date with all of that. I don't game at all. I even tried to play the new Resident Evil game. I'm sorry guys, it's just not my thing. But you can play PC level games on the iPhone if that's important to you. And to be honest, I don't really care about Geekbench scores as well. I'm currently running this iPhone on beta, and it's doing really great. I'm having no issues, it's very stable, and the device is still performing at a very high level. So for me, I have no complaints in terms of battery life or performance, and my battery health, if you want to know, is still 100%. Now onto the camera. 5x optical zoom has been really fun to use. Taking photos is incredible for point and shoot. It's got no shutter lag, and being able to choose different focal lengths is really convenient. If you're buying it just to upgrade for the camera, you won't be disappointed. Video recording is fantastic, and you can do a lot of stuff like shoot in log and ProRes, but for me and what I do, I don't really need to do all of that. At the latest Apple event, Apple used the iPhone 15 Pro Max to film the entire event. Sure, they used other stuff like lighting and tripods and different drones and stuff like that, but Apple's confidence in this phone as a actual pro camera is growing a lot, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see an entire show or movie shot on iPhone very soon. A few more things to note. The speakers continue to impress me. They're really loud and crisp. Connectivity is good with AirPods and mirroring on Apple TV. Haptics are really solid. Third-party apps run very smoothly, like Instagram. I'm constantly on Instagram and Twitter, and it runs very smoothly and super good. It's not really the iPhone's fault, but 5G just continues to not impress me. So if you're expecting it to be faster or better, it isn't. I have T-Mobile, and at times it's just like miserably bad. I don't understand how 5G in 2023 still sucks. So anyways, should you get it? If you're a tech enthusiast like myself, and you enjoy upgrading every year, and you just need a tech reviewer to kind of share their honest truth and experience, I think you should get it and you'll love it. If you're upgrading for USB-C or the action button, that's not where it's at. I would actually upgrade more for the feeling of it, how light and durable it is, the titanium, the camera, and the battery life. If you're not a tech enthusiast, then I would consider the following. What's important to you? If it's the camera and battery, then the iPhone 15 Pro Max is the best iPhone camera and battery combo that you can get. You'll also want to consider what iPhone you have. If you have a 14 Pro series or a 13 Pro series, it's really not worth the upgrade. If we're being totally honest, it's really not. If you can find a good carrier deal, it changes because then the price doesn't really become an issue and you're just upgrading because you can. But if you have a 12 series or later, then this is a really good upgrade, and a few other things that you should consider that you get. You get a ProMotion display, dynamic island, and an always-on display. Also, if you're an Android user and you're thinking about making the switch to the iPhone, the best Android flagship is, to me, the S23 Ultra. And there's really not much difference except for a few things with the camera that, to be honest, don't even really make that much of a difference. And the operating system. If you're tired of Android, switching to iOS is really nice. And it's never been better or easier to switch to iPhone. If you kind of fit that category of what I mentioned, then you're going to love the 15 Pro Max. It's honestly the best experience I've had using an iPhone. If you have the iPhone 15 Pro Max, let us know in the comments what your experience has been like, because we're starting to get more long-term use out of it. I know some people are probably going to ask how I did this setup on my iPhone, so I recently did a video on that, so go and check it out. As always guys, thanks for watching, God bless, and I'll see you on the next video.